Our story last ended with Son Goku finally arriving for the 24 hours given the hands of Baba to see his family and friends once again. Everybody was so delighted to see Goku, as it's been nearly 7 years. Now, the same events would happen when everybody would have a lineup to go fight in the tournament, as Gohan would be stronger than he was in the original, because he did keep his training up, and same with Goten being insanely busted too. Now, Gohan would still go to Orange Star High School. He would have still met Videl and his friends, and he would have still became the Golden Warrior and the Great Saiyan Man, because he's the GOAT, so there's no point changing that in the story. Now, most of the junior tournament would have gone pretty much the same. I think the one difference here is potentially, the difference is that Goten would win. Goten has more potential than before, which is already kind of busted. And even if Goten didn't even have any different potential, so he's just naturally that OP, that would be absolutely ridiculous because he has Gohan around to be training with more. Gohan is kind of similar to how he was in the new superhero movie, where he does focus on his studies, but he does train to keep in shape, stated by Piccolo, which is a busted thing to have. So Gohan can train lightly, but stay in fantastic shape. That's what I think what would happen here. So Gohan, not only did Gohan not get any weaker, he actually got a lot stronger over time, since his potential is even higher than before. And Piccolo promised Goku that he would train Gohan to make sure that he's prepared in case Goku's not around. Since Gohan was not as strong as he was in the Cell arc, that was kind of overtaken by Goku and etc. So Goten would be even stronger. So I think Goten could have had the upper hand on Trunks and defeated him in their match. I think Vegeta would also still be angry towards Kakarot because he didn't think he would have a chance to fight him again, and now he did. So he would still have the same inner turmoil that he has today against Goku, so I think he would still have that, and the fact that he's losing his Saiyan self in his mind. He's kind of like a midlife crisis. Now, as for the Supreme Kai, he would have still arrived just like before, and told everybody about Majin Buu. Now, Gohan would have still had his energy stolen, as he would have turned Super Saiyan 2. I think during the 7 years, Gohan would definitely have the ability to turn Super Saiyan 2, considering his potential is even higher than it was before, which is ridiculous. And he's been training. So Gohan does have Super Saiyan 2, and his power is absolutely insane. Easily as strong as Majin Buu, and that's lowballing him. So when they take all his energy, Babidi has more than enough to revive Majin Buu. But do I think he still could take over Vegeta to kind of distract them? Potentially, as Babidi wants to have as many people on his side as possible. But he didn't really care for Dabura after Majin Buu was created and brought back, because Majin Buu was way stronger than him. What could happen is Babidi could sense and see how strong Goku and the others were, but he needs a lot of time to transfer all that energy into Buu. It'll take time. So they would have followed them to Babidi's ship. The same things would have happened with Yakon and Pui Pui being defeated, but Babidi needs way more time to diverse all this energy into Buu, since it's so much of it. So Buu will be overcharged. So Babidi needs more time. Dabura is not as strong to take down these characters. Even Vegeta's gotten a little stronger because he has more motivation to train. But even Gohan can easily defeat Dabura without even trying. Even in normal Super Saiyan, he's absolutely insane. So Dabura knows that he cannot hold off too long, but we're going to say that Dabura would try anyway. Now, while he distracts them, this is when I think that Babidi would still take over Vegeta's mind. And Vegeta would allow himself to be taken over. That way, Babidi knows that Goku is the biggest threat. So it'll give time for Majin Buu to be created, and then Majin Buu can crush him. So during this time, Vegeta would have allowed himself to be taken over, thus becoming Majin Vegeta. Now, the same scene would have happened where Vegeta would have been sent somewhere else with Goku and they would have had their match. Now, the one difference here is Goku is absolutely insanity strong. The fact that he's had 7 years to train uncumbered, because he doesn't worry about stamina, he doesn't worry about eating or sleeping or nothing, he can just kind of relax in the other world. He's gotten insanely strong. So Vegeta would very quickly learn that he's in a bad situation. Even if Vegeta had Super Saiyan 2, heck, even if he gave him Super Saiyan 3, up against a base form Goku, he would slap Vegeta around and embarrass him. But Goku would still honor Vegeta's choice and he would still battle him. That's just what Saiyans do. And Vegeta would give him everything he has, going Super Saiyan 2, attacking him. Vegeta's even stronger. His power level is a little bit weaker than Majin Buu, but he is a little bit stronger. But against Goku, Goku's not trying, and Vegeta's furious about it. Vegeta would even try to use his final flash to hit Goku, and Goku was impressed by the power, but unfortunately against him, it's not going to work out very well. Well, once Vegeta would then run out of power, Goku was easily overpowering Vegeta, because Goku was just far too powerful for Vegeta, and there's nothing that Vegeta could do against Goku, so Goku would have defeated him. Now, by this point, Majin Buu would have enough power to be completely revived, so by this point, when Majin Buu does arrive, though, Gohan would then continue fighting him, and Gohan would be overpowered because, remember, even though true Gohan is not as strong as he is because he has energy taken, as a Super Saiyan, he can hold his own, but Majin Buu would overpower him due to his healing. So Gohan would have supposedly been killed, but the Supreme Kai, or Kabuto Kai, would have saved him, taken him to the Kai world, and Dabura would have been killed and eaten. And in reality, it should not made a boot stronger, but whatever. But Dabura would have been still returned to Candy. This is when I think that Goku and Vegeta, they would have gone to go fight Buu, and I'm telling you right now, Majin Buu has no chance against Goku, since Goku would say, Vegeta, let me fight him. And Vegeta wants to fight Buu, but Goku says, no, you're not in the right state of mind. Let me fight him on my own. So Goku notices that Buu is more like a naughty child. He doesn't really know any better. So he's not going to kill him. Then I think here Goku would then trick Buu into killing Babidi, since, remember, Goku was able to do it and persuade Buu. I think Vegeta would have killed Babidi. Either way, or Piccolo too. So either way, Babidi would have been killed. I think Goku would have changed Buu's mind, and Buu would actually do good, and he would have the same arc that he did, to where he went off on his own, and no one really knew about him, so he's fine. And even if Mr. Satan heard tales about a pink monster, he could go try and kill it until, he becomes best friends with Majin Buu, because the champion is that OP. Then the Supreme Kaioka came back and brought Goku and Vegeta to the Kai world, to where they could have had Vegeta broken the spell, as they could have broke the Babidi spell on him, and Gohan was training with the Z-Sword, getting even stronger, and Gohan would have still broken the Z-Sword, thus having Elder Kai come out. Now that Elder Kai was free, he would then offer to unlock Gohan's inner potential to make him even stronger, seeing how much he has. As Vegeta is even interested in doing this, but Elder Kai said, well, considering what I've heard from your past little tantrums, you allowing yourself to be taken over, this power is only for pure-hearted ones, and you're not that pure-hearted, I'm sorry. Which Vegeta would get over it, whatever, he'll just get stronger his own way. And Gohan would then take this power up as they would continue doing the ritual. Now, Majin Buu would still snap and split apart, as Mr. Satan, or B, the dog, was still shot. Buu had the conflict within him, thus having Evil Buu appear. Evil Buu would have defeated Fat Buu, turning him into candy, as he would have blew the attack back on Buu, and he would have eaten him, thus transforming. Now that he is transformed into the monstrosity known as Super Buu, Buu is not an idiot as some people think he is. He actually sensed Gohan power up all the way from the Kai world, and he specifically waited and took his time during the Kami's lookout and fighting Gotenks, and also he knew to wait for Gotenks to refuse so he can get strong enough to fight Gohan. So he had a whole plan ready to go, so he's not as dumb as people think he is. He knows how strong Goku actually is, but far off in space he can feel the power. He can feel Gohan and Goku and Vegeta's strength, but he feels something else, something more dangerous, something that might give him an edge. It's a planet. He thinks about it. This planet has hundreds of thousands of powerful species, but something is inside of it, something even more powerful. So Buu would instantly fly off into space, heading right towards Planet Vegeta, as Goku and them was watching him through the Supreme Kai's ball. As Elder Kai would then state that he's heading to Planet Vegeta, I wonder why, or Planet Raditz. But he's heading right towards Planet Raditz, and we don't know why. Maybe he should absorb the Saiyans. But they need to let Raditz know, because he's the king, and Buu could go there to cause damage, they don't know. So, Buu would then arrive, and he would then look around, as all the Saiyans would be confused on what this being is, and Raditz would then step out, and Raditz would then challenge Buu to a match because he doesn't know who he is until Goku and them would have arrived. Now, when Goku and them do arrive, they would see the horror that Majin Buu is everywhere. Literally. He's almost looking like Moro when he wrapped himself around the entire planet. Majin Buu has spread like a disease, rooting himself across the entire planet in pink goo, absorbing everybody. As Majin Buu is doing this to search for something. And the problem is, if Goku destroys the whole planet, then all the Saiyans would die. Sure, they could wish him back with the Dragon Balls, but they would have to go to Namek for that. But no, Goku doesn't want to do it. There has to be. They need to find where the source of Buu is so they can kill him. Well, they would then find out that Buu is heading towards the middle of the planet. As Goku asked, I wonder what's down there. As once when they arrive, Buu would not be attacking them. He would try sending Saiyans that were covered in goo to try to attack him, aka copies of himself, And he is way stronger because he did absorb hundreds of thousands of Saiyans that are way stronger now, and even Ratatouille's really strong, by the way. He's similar to Vegeta, but Goku would easily defeat them. They would then see in the middle of the planet was a hollow chamber, and in there was a special cell. Not the perfect form cell. This cell was in a black box encasing a human or something else. Buu would then crack it open, as then released was the evil Saiyan, Cumber. Goku and them were shocked by his power, as he was so powerful and he'd just awoken. Now he would break free from his binds and he was ready to kill whatever in his way, as he would yell Yamoshi's name, but they have no clue who that is. Goku would try to stop him before Cumber would then hit him away, surprising him with the strength. He's easily stronger than Majin Buu, way stronger than Majin Buu, way stronger than Super Buu, way stronger than anything they've ever felt before. He's almost like a god. Then Buu got him. Buu would then completely deliberate himself from the planet. His roots are gone, as he was now back to normal. He would then wrap around Cumber and completely absorb the evil Saiyan. Buu would then scream in agony as he tried fighting for control. Cumber was so powerful that his evil ki was corrupting Buu, but Buu was able to overpower it with his magic and suppress it, and now Buu has his power. Now we have Super Buu Cumber absorbed, with all the Saiyans inside of Buu's body. Now Buu is stronger than ever. This power shocked even Goku with how strong he was. Now how strong is this version of Cumber Buu? Or you could say Buu Cumber or Cumber Buu, whatever you want to call him. Let me know in the comments down below. What would you call this monstrous mutation? We're just gonna call him Super Buu Cumber absorbed, or maybe we'll call him Buu Cumber. Either way, he would then smirk at the Saiyans as he stated, "This was my plan all along, was to wait and absorb this being because I sense his power level far away." And this is when Goku would have the true fight. Now Gohan would have finished his ritual by this point, and he would have arrived as well. Gohan states, "Dad, let me try and fight him." Now Gohan in his mystic form is actually very powerful. Since he is stronger than the original and he has more potential, he is in the realm of Vegeta levels of strength. So when he does go to battle Buu Cumber, either way, or we'll just call him Super Buu just to be nice. This is just simpler. Even though against Super Buu, he would laugh and easily overpower Gohan. As once when Gohan punches into his chest, his hand would get stuck and he was then instantly absorbed. That was his plan all along once again. He knew how strong Gohan was, he just wanted to get even stronger, because Goku's the biggest threat. He wants to absorb him next. Once when he absorbs Goku, he'll become the most powerful being in the universe. Nothing can stop him. Everybody was shocked. This power was something else. What are they gonna do? But then Goku would then step forward and put Vegeta aside and tell him, "Vegeta, get away from here if you can. I'm gonna fight him." And Vegeta states, "Look how strong that being is, you clown. How can you beat him?" And Goku states, I have an idea. As Goku's been learning a lot in the other world, he's had 7 years to get stronger. As then, Goku would then reveal that he has a tail. As shocking Vegeta, he says, "How'd you get your tail back?" And Goku states, I had a few favors from King Yema and so on. They were actually able to give me my tail back so I can continue training. Which was shocking Vegeta. And Goku states, "Well, with this tail, I was able to learn how to master my forms and grow even more powerful than ever before." And Vegeta was not very happy to hear that. Maybe he needs to wish for his tail back. Might be a good idea. Well, Goku then would then begin attacking Super Buu. As in base form though, Goku was actually getting overpowered. He was able to hold his own pretty decently against Super Buu, but he was getting overwhelmed for the first time. This was making Goku excited, as now he's actually having a real fight. Goku would then burst into Super Saiyan, and the two would be in a tight-knit battle. But now, if you remember about Cumber, the more he fights, the stronger he becomes. It's very similar to Broly, which always reminds me that Broly could be a descendant of Cumber. It actually makes sense given that he's a mutated Saiyan, and even when they transform, their eyes are missing, and they're just monstrous in power and size. It always wondered to me if Broly or a mutated Saiyan is maybe a descendant either of Cumber or Yamoshi. It always made me wonder, but I always thought it was Cumber was a descendant. But either way, Goku was able to hold his own pretty well against this version of Super Buu as a Super Saiyan, but he was quickly growing stronger. Goku would then go into Super Saiyan 2, And others would then arrive by this point with the help of the Supreme Kai, Piccolo, and the others. And Piccolo and then the others would then be confused. The Supreme Kai would then state, why is Goku not going to his full strength? Piccolo then states, you clearly don't know what a martial artist is. Goku is testing his power against him, going up stronger and stronger to see where he gauges himself at. And Piccolo states, if he had 7 years to train, trust me, he would not purposely do this if he didn't have a plan. Goku's up to something, they can tell. As then, this is when Super Buu would then go to his full power, to where he gets even stronger, having a reddish, glowish aura around him. Remember when Cumber was even able to go Super Saiyan 3, which is ridiculous, making him 400 plus times even stronger, overpowering Goku. Goku would then burst into a Super Saiyan 3 instantly, having full mastery over the form now because of the tail helping him. Goku would then combat him, but he was beginning to get overpowered once again, until Goku would then smirk, as he would then tell Super Buu, do you really think that I would be messing with you like this, not knowing that I have a backup plan? And Super Buu's no fool, he knows that he has something up his sleeve. Goku would then begin powering up, getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and then his top G would then explode off, showing red fur. Goku then transformed into a Super Saiyan 4, shocking everybody. They didn't think this was even possible. Even Vegeta, who would then clench his fist in anger, saying, damn you Kakarot, you're always one step ahead. Even going 2 levels above that, how is that possible? As Goku would easily overpower Super Buu, it was laughable. Goku in this form is so much stronger since he's mastered it over the 7 years, getting even more powerful. He was going full power from the start, and he was toying with him like how Vegeta was to Buuhan. It was absolutely ridiculous, but this was his plan. As then, Super Buu would then become desperate. He would then trick Goku into absorbing him. Goku would then summon a ki shield around himself, and then he would purposely get himself absorbed. As this makes sense because Vegeta thought of this plan as well. While he is inside of Buu, he would then explore through his body, as Super Buu would then kind of go into a statue-like stasis because he's inside of his own mind as well. Goku would then find the massive amount of Saiyans that were absorbed, and even Majin Buu was in there too, and Cumber. Well, Goku needs to get to work. So Goku would then fly up, and he would then put his hands together, shooting massive amounts of ki, cutting all of the hundreds of thousands of Saiyans off. Now there's another problem. Now he has to get them all out of his body, which how's he going to do that? Goku then thinks of an idea. Well, Majin Buu does have all those holes from his body, from his head, his shoulders, and when he gets angry, Goku has an idea. So, Goku would even free Cumber, and he would even free Majin Buu. This would then make Buu start screaming in agony as he's reverting to Kid Buu, as he would then use his energy to then gather the hundreds of thousands of Saiyans that were absorbed and all the other people up, and he would use it in a single file line. They would then all escape, as all of them would then pop out in massive amounts. This pretty much shows over 100,000 cocoons landing everywhere. Goku barely did it, as it all landed on him pretty comically, and Goku was laughing on how he was able to do it. Now Majin Buu was screaming in agony as he would then turn into Kid Buu. Now we know that Kid Buu is Black Air Force energy. We know that he would instantly try blowing up the planet, but Goku was already there. He would have kicked it away, and he would have incinerated Kid Buu. It wouldn't even be a battle. Kid Buu would have had no chance. Now Goku knows about Cumber. He knows that Cumber is a lost cause, and they cannot take chances with him. He's still unconscious, so what are they going to do about him? Well, the Supreme Kai states that we can seal him away, and Vegeta states, no, are you a fool? You need to kill him. Because if he came out of that chamber and he was already looking to destroy everything, there's no goodness in him. So Goku would not take the chance. He had to remove Cumber, because if he didn't, true, Super Buu would have been a little bit weaker because of all the Saiyans out of him as well, and even Majin Buu, but he would have just been Kid Buu with Cumber absorbed, which is even worse, because now there's just pure evilness and psychoticness, really. So that's like giving Kid Buu steroids. So Goku would have also killed Cumber, incinerating him, but what about the good Majin Buu? Well, Goku explains that he senses zero evil in his heart. It's all peaceful and happiness. And he explains that Majin Buu split, so he removed the evil from him, so there is no evil within him. I think he deserves a second chance. And the chances of him splitting like that won't be happening again. Now, all the Saiyans would have been awakened, and even Raditz and the others, and they would have been utterly shocked to see Goku as a Super Saiyan 4. It was ridiculous. And Goku would then smile as he would tell Raditz, well, you know, brother, you can have this form too. I'm going to be teaching all of you how to do it. And they were shocked to hear this, and Goku explains, well, even Vegeta and my son Gohan too. If we can get you guys' tail for that matter. Raditz is the only one that actually has his tail currently. Vegeta got his cut off and got it removed. Gohan doesn't have his, same with Goten. And Goku explains, don't worry, brother, I'll teach you how to do it, I promise. So now that there was peace restored after the Buu arc, this does change up massively. There was no fusions or any craziness. Peace was finally restored. But one thing that it did do is it really opened some of the other Z Fighters' eyes that they need to get stronger to keep up with Goku. Because if Goku was not there, that Buu creature would have killed everybody. They would have had no chance. Even beings like Piccolo knows that he needs to get stronger. As Dende was already the new guardian of the Earth, having the new Dragon Balls, Piccolo would then meet up with Dende a couple months afterwards. And this is a few months, or about a year right before Battle of Gods. He would then speak to Dende about using Shenron, if that's okay, which Dende is fully fine with. Piccolo would then ask Shenron to unlock his inner potential. Piccolo doesn't want to be useless anymore, he wants to get even stronger. Gohan having his new mystic form, he's training that to get even stronger, as we know. Even beings like Goten is getting stronger, and Vegeta definitely has the most drive. Vegeta would even state that Kakarot can keep that stupid Super Saiyan 4. I'll try and find my own power. And I think Vegeta pushing himself over the next few months, he could unlock Super Saiyan 3 potentially, but I think that Vegeta by that point would then cave in, and he could go with Piccolo to ask Shenron to have his tail. That could be a possibility, but I think Vegeta could even do it artificially like how Bulma does, which I think that's probably what would happen, is to make it more fun to how it was in GT, Bulma would tell Vegeta that she even has a way for him to turn into a great ape without needing the tail, which would shock Vegeta, because Bulma's the awesome wife. And so when Goku was training, remember, and also too, how would Goku come back to life? It would be Elder Kai. Elder Kai would explain to Goku that you need to be on Earth in case something like this happens, and you need to train the next generation. So he would give his life to Goku, since it doesn't matter anyway, if he dies, he just stays on the normal Kai world, he's fine. So Goku, yes, would get his life back, and we will get into how strong everybody is once when Beerus wakes up. So now that Beerus is now awakened, Beerus will still have the reminiscence of a Saiyan god, a being that can give him a true match, as he would tell Whis where all the Saiyans are. Whis would explain, well, my lord, Planet Vegeta, or now called Planet Raditz, is still alive and well, making Beerus spit out his drink, and he asks, what? But I told Frieza to destroy that like 40 years ago. What? Wait, hold on, pause. What happened? As Whis would then explain the whole story, saying that while Frieza did actually destroy the planet, it was wished back by a version of the Dragon Balls. Shocking Beerus, he needs to go there and destroy it now, and Whis explains, well, my lord, it appears that the planet is flourishing the universe, actually. I've been keeping tabs on it. Even the Supreme Kai even vouches for this planet to keep it going. The planet is classed as bounty hunters and officers, and they have actually cleaned up the universe very well, increasing our ranking. Unfortunately, my lord, if the Saiyans hadn't have done that, then Zeno would have completely wiped this universe away, as we had one of the lowest rankings. Surprising Beerus, and he explains, you know what? Fine. If they're doing the job, remember Beerus is lazy, if they're doing the job for me, then I'll let them live. They're doing my job, then I don't have to do as much. Remember, Beerus is a very lazy being, similar to Champa, except he's not fat, so he would be fine with it, as long as they're making the universe better, so they're kind of doing his job for him in a way, so he doesn't need to worry about it. He might just need to destroy a couple of planets every now and again. So now, Beerus wants to find the Super Saiyan God, though. That's the Saiyans, whatever. And Whis explained that there is a Saiyan with extraordinary power, as he is on planet Earth right now. There's a bunch of Saiyans there as well, as Beerus wants to go check this out now. So he would then head his way right towards Earth. Bulma was still celebrating her 38th birthday party, just like before. That would all go pretty much the same. Now, that's pretty much it for the rest of the battle. I'm just kidding. As now cutting forward, Beerus would then arrive, and he would actually have a good time. He would enjoy the food, since Goku's there to kind of keep everything calm, but Goku wants to fight Beerus instantly. As soon as Beerus arrived, he can't sense his power level, but he can feel the massive pressure that Beerus was giving off. Some people don't know that. When you can't sense God Ki for some users, you can sense the pressure of their power. Or if you can't sense Ki at all, you can feel the pressure of their strength. We even saw this if you look back when Vegeta fought Goku the first time in the Saiyan arc. When Goku powered up into Kaioken, he surpassed him. Vegeta was nearly blown back by the pressure that Goku was giving off. Even Frieza as well, when Goku went Kaioken times 20 in Super Saiyan, and so on and so forth. And also with Beerus, they can just sense the pure pressure off of him. Same with even Jiren. But Jiren's a different kind of energy. Now Goku wants to fight Beerus, but Beerus wants to eat food first. So after a good indulgence of food, no fighting over pudding this time, I think the first people who want to fight up would Beerus have a tantrum? I think a little bit, as I think he would fight Goku first. And what would happen is when Goku goes Super Saiyan 4, which would surprise Beerus, that's a very special transformation, especially for a mortal, Goku would continue battling Beerus, and even though Goku is at his full strength, how strong is Goku now? Some people might hate me, some people might judge me. Goku is a little bit stronger. He's around the same strength as he was when he was a Super Saiyan Blue within the Tournament of Power, which is actually absurdly busted, and that's lowballing him. In reality, he'd probably be a lot stronger because of Goten's potential, which is ridiculous, but that's still absurdly strong. Remember, Goku's not doing as much solid training, he's doing more teaching now. But even if that was the case, Beerus would be pushed really well, and he was pretty impressed, but it's not a Super Saiyan God. That's not a God energy. While Goku was defeated, he would have hit Goku to the ground, he was getting mad. While the fight was very fun, that's not a God. That's not what he asked for. So he would begin flipping out, and I think even Vegeta would then jump in, as Bulma would probably be hit. This would cause Vegeta to transform into a Super Saiyan 4. Now, if you jump back a few months ago, stated by Vegeta, that he actually unlocked it with the help of Bulma and Goku. Bulma would use the machine, the Blood's Wave machine, turning Vegeta into a Super Saiyan 4, and Vegeta, with the help of Goku, would have calmed down and controlled it, thus having Super Saiyan 4. And even beings like Raditz would also arrive as well, as he was there for the party, as he wouldn't want to miss out on his brother's friend's birthday party as well. Even some of the Saiyans were there. Raditz would have also went Super Saiyan 4 as well. Raditz did the normal way, with them summoning a fake moon, or using Planet Vegeta's moon, turning Great Ape Super Saiyan, and then unlocking Super Saiyan 4 with the help of Goku. And even Piccolo would then jump in, turning into his orange form. Yes, remember Piccolo has this, and Gohan in his mystic form. They would all gang up on Beerus. Even though all of them are all similar in strength by this point, they're all relative to each other, it doesn't matter. Beerus would have slapped them all aside, as he's pretty pissed. He's mad that Goku did not give him the fight that he really wanted. It was really fun, though. He's way stronger than any mortal should be. He could even rival some gods, but it's not God Ki. That's not a fight. He's not giving it his all yet. Beerus hasn't even fully tried yet. Goku would then stop Beerus once when he awoken from his being slapped around, and he would then tell Beerus, wait, what if we ask Shenron? Maybe he might give us something? Well, Beerus thinks about it. Fine, but hurry up. So Bulma would have had the Dragon Ball still, as the Dragon Balls would have been reset by this point, since Piccolo and Vegeta's potential wish, that's mainly Piccolo, would have been over a year plus ago, so it was fine. Now, by this point, they would have then asked the wish, the same backstory we've been talked about with Yamoshi, the Super Saiyan God, the 5 Saiyans. They have more than enough Saiyans needed, even Raditz being there, so Videl doesn't even need to step up. I think she would still admit that she's pregnant, but either way, they would have still circled around Goku, giving him the power since he is the strongest. Now, when Goku gets the power of Super Saiyan God, I'm telling you all right now, he would be absolutely ridiculously strong. How strong would Goku be as a Super Saiyan God? Before I say it, I want you to pause right now, go down below, and comment how strong do you think he is. And then edit that comment after I say it and see if it was similar to what I'm about to say. If it's not, you can attack me, it's fine. Goku as a Super Saiyan God. And yes, Super Saiyan God, in my opinion, is obviously stronger than Super Saiyan 4 by a pretty massive margin. And it also has God Ki. Goku, by this point, is around the same levels as he was in Ultra Instinct. And by Ultra Instinct, I'm comparing him to full power Jiren. You know, you can even argue highballing him, maybe Master Ultra Instinct and Limit Breaker Jiren, but I'm kind of keeping him right around where full power Jiren is at. And when Goku went Ultra Instinct for the 3rd time against Jiren, they were kind of back and forth against each other. So that's absolutely ridiculous if you think about it, since that same Goku Blue level was getting slapped around by Jiren, who wasn't even trying. And that's thousands of times stronger. So, Beerus was very pleased. As Goku was new to this power, it took him a little bit to get used to it, but him fighting Beerus was very intense. It was so intense that it was destroying the whole universe, so Whis had to make a special sphere around everybody so it doesn't completely annihilate the whole universe, and Beerus can kind of go all out. Now, Beerus will start showing more of his power, and I'm using the manga version of Beerus of Strength, Even if it was the anime version, Goku would have probably still lost, as Beerus was even stronger than Jiren a little bit. When Goku went MEY, then he surpassed the gods, but Beerus in the manga version is not. So Beerus was very, very impressed, though. He loved it. This is what he's talking about. He's way stronger than he was as that grade 8 monkey form, whatever that was, that Super Saiyan 4. Now Goku was going all out, as he would then use 100% of his strength. He was starting to lose the form. Beerus would kind of be disappointed, as once when he loses it, but Goku kept the power, and he has the Gaki within him. Thus, tapping into Super Saiyan 4, he would try attacking Beerus using the Dragon Fist. Beerus would then throw a supernova, making a massive explosion, but Goku would sadly lose. But Beerus was very, very impressed. His power already is already stronger than that of Gods of Destruction, easily. And that's impressive. The first time he ever used God Ki is ridiculous. Even as a Super Saiyan 4, his power could rival that of a God of Destruction. As a god, he literally surpassed some Gods of Destruction already. But not Beerus. Beerus is above it. He's a prodigy. Beerus would be more than pleased. He was actually kind of tired fighting Goku. So he explains, he's fine. He'll go take a nap now, though. He is tired. As he even offers Goku to be trained under Whis, just because of how strong he was. And I think Goku would then kind of woo Whis over with the food, as Whis is very susceptible. Whis would then bring Beerus back home first, so Beerus can have his little nappy poo, he can go to bed. Whis would then come back, and this is when I think some of the Saiyans would have lined up to go to Whis' world. And this is who I think is going. Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Piccolo. The only person who wouldn't go is Gohan, because Gohan is the last defense for Earth if something happens, but also because he found out that Vidal's pregnant, so he doesn't want to leave her, but he does promise that he will go there in the future. But Gohan will continue his training, he promises. So, those four will head to Whis' world, or Beerus' planet, and they would begin their training. Now, as you know, if all four of them train together, they would be absolutely insane. Their power would be absolutely ridiculous, even after 2 years of training. Now, okay, what about the Golden Frieza arc, or Resurrection F? Well, or Revival of F. Well, I'm telling you right now, unfortunately for Frieza, he would have a pretty bad time. You have so many OP beings, and even Gohan and Mystic might actually be able to fight Frieza pretty well. Maybe not Golden, but he'd be able to fight Frieza pretty well. Well, if Frieza was even revived, and he did train for even for like a whole year, it wouldn't have mattered. If he would have went back to Earth to fight them, once when Goku and them arrived, they would have absolutely annihilated Frieza. It would have been bad. Frieza would have been killed. So if Frieza even tried to go, Frieza would have been absolutely annihilated. It would have been a laughingstock for poor Frieza. But what I think will happen is Frieza would still arrive, Gohan would actually push final form Frieza into his golden form. When Goku and them do arrive, well, who would step up to fight Frieza? I'm going to say Vegeta. I'm going to give Vegeta the limelight here. Vegeta hasn't called a W in a while. Vegeta would then step up, turn Super Saiyan Blue, and absolutely slap Frieza to the other dimension. Because not only is Vegeta stronger than the original, he has more motivation than the original, which makes him even stronger. And instead of sparring with Goku, he has 3 other people to spar with. So there's 4 people total. He can spar with any 3 of them. So not just one person, he has 2 more people to go with, which is absolutely ridiculous. And they're also all relative to his power, with Raditz, Piccolo, and so on. So Vegeta's absolutely ridiculously strong. And you could even have Piccolo unlock Vegeta's potential. Remember, Piccolo can do that because he was, fused with Elder Guru. So he could have even unlocked Vegeta's potential, making him even stronger. He could have even unlocked Goku's potential if he wanted to, thus making Goku absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god. But Vegeta would be way stronger. So Vegeta's way stronger than he was in the original, hundreds of times stronger. He would have absolutely annihilated Frieza, and Vegeta would not have dropped his guard this time since he has more people to teach him, to kind of control him. And yeah, Vegeta would have completely incinerated Frieza. Frieza would have been killed, sent back to hell where he belongs. So then Resurrection F is over. Now, the Universe 7 versus Universe 6 arc would go pretty similar, with Champa arriving as he kind of wants to duel Beerus. Beerus is beyond cocky because he knows that he has his secret weapon, Goku. Champa can even sense how strong Goku is, even in base form. It makes him kind of nervous. And Champa states, oh, wait a minute. We'll have our match, but that Saiyan is not allowed in. Which, that doesn't make any sense. Goku's their strongest guy. And honestly, Beerus was gonna decline it, But Goku was really let down about it, but Goku states, you know what, Beerus, I'm confident that my other friends would win. Let's do this tournament anyway. As Beerus states, fine by me then, whatever. Beerus was very cocky. So, they would still have the tournament set up, but Goku's not in this tournament. He has to watch, which really, really sucks. But it is what it is. I mean, like, what else is he going to do, you know? Beerus really wants to win, and he tells the Saiyan, look, are you confident that your friends will win? Goku is. He states, fine. You're going to have to sit this one out. So, they do so. But it doesn't really matter anyway, because even if you had Piccolo, Gohan, Raditz, Vegeta, or even if you had Piccolo, Raditz, and Vegeta, that's all they really need because of how absolutely busted everybody is. Now, I think by this point, we would then have somebody else appear. Somebody who's been in the background for a long time. And do you know who this is? Well, they do need 2 more people. Yamcha has actually sadly retired. He went toward more in baseball because he's the GOAT. But there are 2 Earthlings that want to step up. They've been doing a lot of training secretly that Goku knows about. And that is Tien and Krillin. You think I forgot about those 2? Oh, absolutely not. Those 2 have been on the sidelines, but they have gotten much stronger as time went on. And we'll get into this in a minute. So, Tien and Krillin would then jump in as well. So then you have Vegeta, Raditz, Piccolo, Tien, and Krillin. That's 5 people, which is plenty what they need. So, Krillin would then jump up first, and he would be fighting Potamo. Now, Krillin's attacks against Potamo didn't work, but Krillin would see that Potamo is off balance, so he would just do what Goku did and throw him off the ring, and he would have won. The next matchup would be Frost, as Frost was proven to be a really powerful enemy, overpowering Krillin, as Krillin was actually holding his own, even in his normal form. As Frost was in his 3rd form, Krillin would tell him to hurry up and go full power already. So Frost would then go into his final form, and the fight would be pretty intense. Now we know that Frost is a cheater, but I think what would happen here is we would then have Krillin smirk, as Tien would then smirk as well, knowing what Krillin's about to do. Krillin was at a disadvantage right now. Krillin would then state that for all this time, we've always been left behind by Goku and the others. They've all gotten these crazy power. And I was even thinking about retiring from fighting, but I'm not going to retire this time. My wife even gave me the motivation, the baddie, Android 18. And Krillin has grown much stronger because of this. Krillin would then use the help of Shenron. Krillin would then use the help of Shenron alongside with Tien, as Dende gave him a hookup a little while ago to learn how to access their inner potentials. So they also wished, alongside Piccolo, to get their potentials unlocked. And because of this, they have grown much stronger. And because of Dende giving them a helping hand with alongside Mr. Popo, they also spent time inside the Room of Spirit and Time for a few years to grow even more powerful. 2 years is the max. But even with that, they're comfortable in their forms, as Krillin is going to showcase his own power. Krillin would then show him that even humans can become gods too. Goku was smiling as he knew what was happening. Krillin would then begin powering up, as Krillin then transformed. Having an orange aura around him, his eyes were then glowing red, and the symbols on his head were glowing as well. Krillin was in a new godlike form, as you see in front of you on the screen. Now, Krillin was in his ultimate or god-human form. His power was very impressive, as he's a little bit weaker than Super Saiyan God Goku was against Beerus, but that's still beyond impressive. That's a huge power-up. Or you could even say that this is his potential unleashed form. It's whatever you want to call it, but pretty much he got his power unlocked by Shenron, and with the help of Tien and Mr. Popo and even Goku, who helped them during their training, they were able to learn about God Ki and able to utilize it as humans and evolve their power. Beerus was shocked that these humans were able to learn the power on their own. That's very impressive. Even Whis was surprised. Very few mortals have done that. Well, Krillin would then fly in and absolutely annihilate Frost, and then Frost would then appear behind him, trying to use his secret little dagger that he had to poison Krillin. Krillin would then grab his wrist, as he knew it. He could sense that Frost was doing something bad, and he twisted his hand and saw the small needle. As Frost could not get out of his grip, the referee would then look, and he would then pretty much say that Frost has been disqualified. As Krillin would then grab Frost, pulling him closer by the forearm, telling him that you are a disgrace as a fighter. You are that dirty that you would try poisoning somebody to win? Frost would try punching him, but he would easily catch his other fist and say, "You do not belong in this ring," as he would then toss Frost like he was a toy right off the ring. So Frost was now disqualified. Hit would have also beat him, as you guys remember. He tried sneaking to grab the Super Dragon Ball, so we saw how that worked out. Well, then Krillin was now classed as the winner. And next up was actually Kaba. Now, I think what could happen here is you could have Vegeta be interested to go fight Kaba, but I'm actually going to say that you would even have Tien or somebody show up. I think this is when Krillin would then drop out, as he could continue for now, but he wants to swap places. And Tien wants to take the front stage. So Tien would then take the stage and he'll fight Kaba. Now, this is when I think that Vegeta would tell Tien to do what he needs to do. Tien understands what he means. He wants to see Kaba turn into a Super Saiyan, which Kaba doesn't even know what that is. And this is when I think that Tien would then begin beating on Kaba, which goes against his teachings, but Tien knows that this is to make him stronger. This is what a master does. So he would push Kaba, explain what he's going to do to his family and more. This would then make Kaba snap turn to a Super Saiyan, and he would overpower Tien initially, actually pushing him back. And then this is when Tien would then grab his fist, as he would then smile and state how proud he is of him, and look at how strong he is. Tien will then honor him by showing off his form, as he did the same thing that Krillin did, pushing his limits as well. Tien would then transform as well, as his god form is what you see on the screen here, as he was radiating with power. His power is pretty much the same as Krillin. They're pretty relative to each other. As Tien would then try to train Kaba. By then, having multiple of himself appear around him, Kaba was confused, as he was hitting Kaba in every single angle, telling him to think outside the box. Kaba would then realize that when he splits apart, his power is only 1/6 of what it was. So he would quickly dodge them and quickly overpower them, as then he would then put them all back together, as he would then deliver a one-shot to Kaba's stomach, knocking him out of the ring as Kaba was defeated. But then Tien would then help Kaba up and raise his fist in the air, and he would then shake his hand, saying that you have a true warrior with a pure heart. That new power that you have is very useful, but there's more power beyond that. Continue pushing it. And I want to have another match with you again someday. And Kaba was more than pleased. He even offered Goku and the others to come to Planet Sadala one day to meet the King of the Saiyans. And he really wants to train with Tien again, as that was a great match. So the next matchup would be Vegeta. Now, I think Tien would then battle Vegeta just like before. It would be a pretty interesting battle, since Tien is not one to talk trash like that during a match. He's really calmed himself. But even in his god form, he would be struggling against Vegeta because of the heat. As the heat was getting to him, Krillin would then explain that this being is weakened to mean attacks. Say something mean to it or something. Because when Tien said something mean before, Vegeta seemed bothered by it. Tien would then charge up his God Tri-Beam, readying the attack against Vegeta's massive lava blast. He would then tell Vegeta that he's a bunch of scrap metal and he's weak and horrible, which would hurt his feelings, weakening him enough for the God Tri-Beam to then hit Vegeta, defeating him, knocking him off the ring. And Tien would then peacefully step off the ring, as that fight took everything out of him, and he respectfully declines to continue fighting. So it is Krillin, Vegeta, and Raditz. I think the next one who wants to jump up is Vegeta, as he wants to fight. But I think then Krillin would then put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Wait, Vegeta, this next guy, something's off about him. Let me fight him first and gauge where he's at. And then that way you can study it." Vegeta was against it until Goku would explain to Vegeta, trust Krillin. I trust his judgment, Vegeta. Let him. I want to see how this guy acts first, because then you have a better chance of beating him. Or maybe he's not that strong, but I don't know. Something about this guy is different. So Krillin would then bow to Hit, and Krillin would then go to his god form, and he would try to hit him, but Hit would easily just be phased through the attack, and a powerful punch would then hit Krillin as he did time skip, launching Krillin back. Krillin was shocked by this, and then Krillin would then say, "I get it. You're freezing time and then jumping forward by just a split of a second. That's incredible." As Krillin does respect him for that, Hit would then deliver way more powerful blows to Krillin, and Krillin would then be knocked near the edge of the ring as Hit was overpowering him. Krillin would then get back up as he explains, "No matter what, I'm not going to give up. The only way for you to beat me is to kill me or knock me unconscious off this ring." As Krillin has a few techniques of his own. Krillin would then fire dozens of Destructo Discs all around him, as he would then use the Solar Flare technique. Hit was actually surprised by this attack as he was blinded, as then the Destructo Disc all head right towards Hit. as Krillin was planning on cutting the arena below him and trying to deliver a not crazy lethal blow, but trying to remove one of his hands or one of his feet so he can't really use his time skip much no more. He was in shock to see that Hit would then use the time skip as all those attacks phased right through him, and it just cuts pieces of the ring off. And he would then appear behind Krillin out of nowhere, stating, "That was an impressive technique, you almost had me with that one. But the match is over. But you have my respect." A powerful blow to Krillin's stomach would then send him right off the ring as he was defeated, but the rest of the fighters were proud about what he did, and his strategy worked perfectly. Krillin would then explain to Vegeta, "Do you understand what I mean now?" As then, Vegeta would then step up, and he would begin his fight with Hit. Vegeta would then go Super Saiyan Blue, as he's not as weak as he was before, because he didn't never use it before and he's fresh in the fight. He kind of understands Hit's time skip now. So when he does battle Hit, he actually pushes him very well, similar to how Blue Goku did. And Vegeta is a little bit stronger. Hit, though, was adapting and only growing stronger and stronger and stronger as he was beginning to overpower him. Well, this is when Vegeta, who was now on the ground, Vegeta would then get up, charging up his power, as he tells him that "You're not going to surpass me." And Vegeta states, "Ever since stupid Kakarot has his own power, even the Earthlings have their own power. I want to be different. I want to be even stronger." As then, Vegeta would then transform into a Blue Evolution, showing how far he's become. And even Raditz was smirking as he knew that Vegeta had this strength. Vegeta, with the 20 times buff, was overpowering Hit, and he would have knocked Hit out of the ring and defeated him, thus finishing the match. Now, Beerus would have won either way, and Beerus still used the wish to wish Champa his world back, so it pretty much go on the same. But the matches are a lot different, and I hope people are happy that the Earthlings did get a little bit of a time to shine. Now, we're going to jump forward into the Goku Black arc. Now, the Goku Black arc is an interesting subject because there's so many scenarios that you can go down with. Now, in reality, I would say that it would just be the normal Goku Black arc from the original timelines, since it's already confusing as is. The one difference is if Zamasu saw how strong Goku actually was, even Beerus would say that this mortal can go toe-to-toe with me. Would Zamasu be hatred against mortals? I would say yes. So Zamasu would still take over Goku's body, but it would be Goku from a different timeline. So the Goku Black would still be at the same strength that he originally was. So Trunks, this time around, did not get whooped as badly as he did when Goku Black was fighting Trunks. Bulma was nearly killed by him in his timeline, but Trunks, out of anger, would then turn Super Saiyan 3. And he would then actually be able to hold off Goku Black pretty well, as he was able to hold his own. Remember, Trunks has not slouched off his training. Trunks kept it up. Trunks was able to push Goku Black pretty well and actually fight him off a few times, but he's only growing stronger. So they would still make the time machine. Trunks would still go back, asking Goku for help. So it would be Goku and Vegeta. That's the only people they could fit in the time machine anyway. Would Goku Black appear like the original? Yes, he would have appeared, and Goku would have fought him. But Goku would have absolutely flicked him around like he was a baby. It was laughable. But before the match could continue, Goku Black would have been sucked back into the future. Now, that was done, Goku and Vegeta and Trunks is all that they need, as the other Z fighters need to stay here and protect Earth in case they don't come back. So, even though time travel was not allowed, Goku did have the Zeno button, by the way. He would have still met Zeno just like before and become friends with him. That would have gone the same. He would have also brought up a tournament as well. That would have all gone the exact same, so none of that other side would have really changed. So people would have been freaking out seeing just how strong Zeno was. But anyway, carrying on forward. Once they wrap to the future, the one downside is how strong Goku is. Even Vegeta, who's way stronger. Vegeta would step up and he would absolutely annihilate Goku Black in their match, overpowering him with absolute ease. And Goku Black would then turn Rosé, which even in Rosé, Vegeta was still overpowering him, and Vegeta would then go Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, beating the brakes off of Goku Black, nearly killing him before Zamasu would then arrive, who wished himself to be immortal. Now, they realized that they have no chance, so they decided to do the fusion, so they would then take off one of the Batara earrings, fusing into Merge Zamasu. Even Vegeta in Blue Evolution could actually hold his own against Merge Zamasu. And he was actually, the fight was pretty similar to Vegeta versus Merge Zamasu, and because remember, Vegeta is way stronger. Now remember here, is that Merge Zamasu was only growing stronger because he was mutating, he was getting bigger in size, the formed arm. Well, Vegeta here would then look at this and he states, I don't have a chance anymore because I can't beat them. They're getting too strong, as he was getting overpowered slightly. But he did a really good job, though. Goku would then step in, and Goku would then, and in reality, he could just go Super Saiyan 4 and kill him. Goku has no choice, so Goku would then burst into Super Saiyan God, which is more than enough. He would absolutely annihilate Merge Zamasu. As he has no chance, Goku would then use the Hakai technique like he did in the manga. And this would slowly erase Merge Zamasu's physical form until he did appear across the universe as Universal Zamasu. Now, what could happen here is Goku would then summon Zeno and explain about the bad guy up there. Zeno would have erased it, and they would have escaped just in time. They would have then gone back and then got that Zeno, so Zeno does have a best friend, so Goku did keep his promise. What also would have happened is they would have sent Trunks to a copy of his timeline, so all was brought back to peace. So, unfortunately for Goku Black, he would have been absolutely annihilated. And even if, let's just say for laughs and giggles, that he did take Goku's body from this what if, Goku having potential, Goku having Goten's potential, Goku knows about fusion. He could have fused with Vegeta, and since Kawasu and the Supreme Kai were there, Goku and Vegeta could fuse into Vegito, and they would have absolutely annihilated Merge Zamasu. Remember, Goku Black was not as strong as Goku was as well. He was getting overwhelmed. So he would be a little bit weaker than this current version of Goku. So either way, the ending would have been the same. But either way, now the Tournament of Power. Also, if you guys have made it this far, with this video being nearly 50 minutes long, and this video probably being well over an hour long, let me know what you guys think down below about the longest part ever. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys like this long part? This is just for you guys. But anyway, the Tournament of Power. Well, for the Tournament of Power, it would go really one-sided. Since you have Universe 7 having one of the most OP beings ever, even the Earthlings are even stronger, you would have the same lineup just like before with the androids. You would have Raditz, who would also replace Majin Buu as well. And the Earthling, with Krillin, Tien, Roshi. So it'll be Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, Android 17, 18, Tien, Krillin, and so on and so forth. And of course, you can, have the legendary Majin Buu, but Majin Buu fell asleep. Now, I don't think there would be Frieza there because they don't really need him. And I think Raditz and Vegeta would be against it, so Goku would not go forward with it. So Frieza's still in hell suffering. But they don't really need it, since Beerus is very cocky that they're going to win. There is no other mortal stronger than Goku by this point. Well, as the turn of power starts, it'll start off very similar with Gohan leading on the group, as the Earthlings would last way longer, holding on much better. Pretty much everybody. The only person that would probably be knocked out is probably Roshi. I would probably say Roshi, as even Tien and Krillin would stick together and they would be really strong. Now, as for Tien and Krillin are teaming up in their god forms, as they're actually battling one of the more powerful beings. They're actually battling Toppo. And Toppo, a 2-on-1, they're actually able to give Toppo a good fight, forcing him to become the God of Destruction mode, and he was overpowering them. Now, this is when Tien and Krillin have a pretty cool idea. Now, true, the height differences are massive, but Tien and Krillin have a way to do fusion. As they were surprised to hear this, then the Supreme Kai would then throw the earrings towards Krillin and Tien. Now, we know that this isn't allowed initially, but even Kale and Caulifla did it as a backup. They have a backup too. And Zeno would be fine with this, saying he wants to see it. So Tien and Krillin would have the Patara fusion for over an hour. They would then transform into Krien. Comment down below what you guys want a Krillin and Tien Patara fusion to be. But anyway, the fusion would then be really powerful, actually being stronger than Toppo, even as a God of Destruction, overpowering him. And they would then use a Tri-Beam Kamehameha, putting the attack to their forehead after charging like Kamehameha, firing it at Toppo's Hakai Blast. Toppo would have been knocked off the arena. And then I think when Jiren attacks them all, now that the final people are left, you would have... Now, Gohan, I think, would have been knocked off over time since he would have fought Jispo and the others. So he would have been defeated. And I think it would honestly be Jiren versus Goku Vegeta. You would even have Krillin and Tien's fusion. Android 17 would probably still be alive because he's the MVP. So they still have a massive lineup of people to fight Jiren. So Jiren would just get overwhelmed. But I think this is when Goku will make sure to tell everybody else to go handle anything else. He'll fight Jiren first. Which Vegeta doesn't like that because he takes all the glory for himself. But they do have a bit of a problem. They have to go fight Kefla and Anilaza and even Hit, since Hit did not have time to fight Jiren. So Goku would then fight Jiren on his own. Now Goku would then go Super Saiyan 4, and even that power alone was enough to actually overpower Jiren first. Now when Jiren does go Limit Breaker, their match was so intense when they fight, Goku would then go into Super Saiyan God, and Goku would then push it even further into Super Saiyan Blue, which is overkill by this point. He would have fought Jiren and completely overwhelmed him. Their match was so intense, though, that it was destroying the entire arena, knocking a lot of people out. The only people that were actually left because of the match was actually Vegeta, Android 17, Piccolo, Goku, and Jiren. Those were the last people that were left. And they only have about 5 minutes left. Well, Goku would then show Jiren his full power. Goku was saving on using this as he wants to fight Beerus again with this power. As Goku would then charge up, he would then turn Ultra Instinct. Shocking everybody that he could use this power, Whis was not surprised, as he knew that Goku had this power within him during their training in secret. During the nights, while everyone else was sleeping, Goku couldn't really train with them much because of how strong he was. So they did training inside of Whis' staff together, and Goku was able to learn it while fighting against Whis. And it took a long time, years of practice, but Goku was able to figure it out. And Whis has never been more proud. Goku's power by this point has easily surpassed the Gods of Destruction. Laughable, even beings like Black Frieza will be punched away within a single shot. Goku can pretty easily defeat Beerus, as Beerus is one of the strongest ones. Goku can easily fight all the Gods of Destruction if he wanted to, and he's not even going all out yet too. Goku's power is easily about to rival the Angels soon if he ain't careful. They were all shocked to see how strong Goku was, as Jiren was one shot out of the ring and he was defeated. Well, now that he was defeated, Universe 7 is now the winner of the entire Tournament of Power. And there was peace once again, as since Gohan was technically the team leader, but he was knocked out, so Goku was given the wish. And so Goku would then explain, well, can you wish all the universes back that were erased? Because if they didn't, Zeno would have destroyed everything. He already predicted this. So there was peace once again across all the universes, as Jiren wants to fight Goku again, and vice versa. Now, what about the Broly movie? Well, the thing with Broly that you have to really think about is if Paragus was found, he would be found by Chi-Lai and Lemo, and they would explain that the Saiyans are still alive and well. So when Paragus actually would go to Planet Vegeta alongside Broly, he would then meet Raditz, and Raditz would then sit down with Paragus and talk to him. And I think he would explain everything, and yes, King Vegeta's there, he's just really old looking like Paragus. I think they would let bygones be bygones, as I think Paragus initially, Frieza was really manipulating him and pushing it onward. I think if Raditz sat down, remember Raditz is a good leader, he would have sat down and talked to Paragus and explained everything, I think he would have let it go. Now, Raditz does know on how strong Broly is, but that power is very unpredictable and dangerous. I think the first thing that Raditz would do is he would grab the collar that Broly had and shatter it, explain that he's not an animal and he would not be treated as such on my world. But there is some place that Broly can go where it is peaceful and he will be safe. And he explains Earth. And he explains that his brother is there and his brother can handle Broly if he ever acts out. Maybe even train him. So Broly and Paragus would have been sent to Earth, where Goku would have met them, and Broly can live peacefully with Chi-Lai and Lemo and the others. And they even brought Broly to Beerus' world to continue his training, to learn how to control that raw power within him. Now, as for the superhero movie, if you guys remember that with Gohan and Piccolo there, and also with Goku there as well, if Goku and the others are all on Beerus' world, Piccolo and Gohan are more than enough, as if the Gammas did appear and a version of Cell Max did appear, it wouldn't have mattered. Piccolo is so strong by that point, even Gohan too. Gohan would have had his beast form unlocked, in my opinion, because he's not slashed off his training, so he would have had a power beyond his mystic form, and he would have had beast form. So Gohan is comparative to Piccolo, and Piccolo is still in his orange form. They're hundreds of times stronger than they originally were, so Cell Max would have been completely annihilated, and the Gamma also wouldn't have died. So Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 would actually still be alive, and they would just become superheroes, maybe working with Capsule Corp or something like that, as the Red Ribbon Army was completely dismantled and they were gone forever. Or somehow they always come back. Now, as for the Moro arc, would be interesting. I think Moro, would he go after Namek? Potentially, but I think he would probably go after Planet Vegeta, or Planet Raditz first. Even if Planet Vegeta, even if Planet Raditz, I think he would have a rude awakening. Raditz being a Super Saiyan 4, and by then, he would have been a Super Saiyan Blue because he trained on Beerus' world, is pretty busted. You even have people like Broly, and then it doesn't matter anyway, because let the boss music commence because Goku's arrived. Goku would absolutely annihilate Moro, even if he was younger and was at Beerus' level of power when he absorbed Beerus. Goku can just go Ultra Instinct, and he could have Hokkai'd him and completely annihilated Moro. It would have been absolutely atrocious. It would have been really bad. So Moro would have had no chance at all. And also, too, the Saiyans would have known about Moro, so they would have told Goku about it, and Goku would have headed right over there, as either Goku could have unlocked instant transmission by being in the other world, remember? Because he would have learned the fusion dance, maybe some Yardrat people. Even if he didn't know, I think that spaceships, or even with the help of the Supreme Kai or Whis, taking them to there would only take about 5 to 10 minutes, or even 20 minutes. So he would have gotten there and completely annihilated Moro. So Moro would have been completely annihilated. There would have been no more peace for that guy, unfortunately. Now, since that Moro was defeated, well, there's no Black Frieza arc since Frieza's completely gone. The one thing that I think could happen is the Granola and Gas arc. Now, what could happen here is Goku is on Beerus' world training alongside with Broly and the others. So I think you could even have somebody like Gohan and Raditz actually team up, Uncle and his nephew. You can have them be one of the main characters, even alongside Piccolo, and have them be the main characters for a little bit, even alongside the Earthlings. As Granola would still make his wish to kill all the Saiyans, he would have gone to planet Raditz, and he would have attacked all the Saiyans. Now, Granola is absurdly strong, and if Raditz and the others would have attacked him, and I think also, like, even beings like Gohan and Piccolo could be there, maybe they're visiting planet Vegeta, and if that was the case, it would be really interesting to see the main characters there. Even the Earthlings should go there, like Tien and Krillin, even in their god forms, which is more advanced, even stronger. Now, against Granola wouldn't really matter. Now, either way, though, Granola would have started aging and getting defeated. Now, if Gas did make his wish, and he became even stronger than that, Gohan and Piccolo would begin to get overwhelmed. Two options would happen. You would either have Goku arrive and save the day, or you would have them team up. The one thing that I think would happen is Gohan would then use the Spirit Bomb. I know, he saw his father use it before in training, as Goku doesn't know how to use it. Remember? So how cool would it be if Gohan used a version of the Spirit Bomb, or he used a version of the Beast Cannon, but he asked all the Saiyans to give them their power? Remember, there's millions of Saiyans by this point, and they're all really powerful. Even like the higher class Saiyans are Super Saiyans, and some of them are even Super Saiyan gods, but they're not above Raditz, of course, because they all know the ritual. So imagine that. So then all of them give Gohan their power. Gohan would then power up to his full massive strength, ascending past his beast form, maybe the beast form being more spikier, which is, I don't know how you get more spikier than that, or maybe Gohan having an evolved version of the beast form. He would then hit Gas with a special beam cannon, which would then hit Gas and overwhelm him, which would then make him age too fast and he would turn to dust. Or the other option is you could just have Vegeta show up, or Goku, and they would have completely annihilated him. Vegeta would have had Ultra Ego, and etc. Goku would have already had Master Ultra Instinct. Broly would have learned to control his power more. So either way, they would have been absolutely annihilated. It would have been laughable. Well, now that that was done, what about Dragon Ball Daima? Well, I know Daima is right in the events of right before the Battle of the Gods arc. And in reality, if they were all turned into children, do you really think the Demon Realm can handle Goku either way? That'll be like GT Goku on steroids. He would annihilate the entire Demon Realm. It would be laughable. Because even Goku, around the time of the Battle of the Gods arc, he would just be able to turn Super Saiyan 4 too, and he would have just been able to just tap into it. And even if he didn't have Super Saiyan 4, if it was Super Saiyan 3 like how Vegeta did, he would have absolutely annihilated everybody. No one could match him. Goku would annihilate. It would literally be laughable how bad he would have annihilated everybody. But anyway, a big breath of relief. This has been the longest What If part I have ever done in the history of my channel. The second longest was the part before, about 45 minutes long. This has defeated it by over 20 plus minutes. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for the series. You guys have been so supportive of it. And this is my thank you to you guys. by making the longest part ever. So if you guys have made it this far, past this point, around an hour to 4 minutes, around an hour to 5 minutes, comment down below, #made-it. Thank you all so much for the support. Watch the video all the way through. Make sure to like this video and be ready for a really long movie, well over 2 hours. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support. I appreciate everything that you guys have done. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.